I look so much better in the daytime. All right. Well, we are live, and it's the same thing as it's same thing as always. When I go live, give me a sound check. Let me know everything is on the up and up, and we will continue with the Q&A from yesterday. Make sure I chose the right thing. All right, Trucking with Blue Money, you are first. Yo, what's going on, man? Uh, let's see. Top of the morning to you, Rhode Island Rest. You speak good. All right, thanks, Mr. Robin. Uh, is my audio okay? Sound what? My sound what? Good, bad? Can you hear me? Sound good? Okay. All right. All right. Appreciate Mr. Robbins. Say Q&A from yesterday. Uh, I had a little bit more time and stuff to go into. I had a little bit more time and stuff to go into the question from yesterday. Cootie Bang, what's going on? All right. Um, First, before I get started, man, I guess this is a little bit of an off note. One of my most favorite comedians, one of my most favorite comedians and stuff, I just got news. He's made his transition. He's made his transition and stuff, and so the brother's now a ancestor and stuff. So rest in peace, comedian Tyler Craig. You know, I really, like I say, he's one of my favorite comedians and stuff like that. He, at a time in life where I was, dealing with depression and stuff like that. I just remember listening to some of his, a lot of his stuff actually, and it just really carried me through and stuff. So rest in power to that beloved brother there and stuff. He will be missed. So just want to give a pause for the cause on that, and we'll go into today's topic. And today's topic and stuff, which was answering the question of Sister LaShawn. Shout out to her and stuff like that. I got your text. I got your text and stuff. I actually read it today and stuff because I got off the phone. Because I had some phone calls and stuff I got to take care of, which my live got interrupted. All right, let's see. Hope you're doing well. Considering. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Appreciate. Yeah. I appreciate that and stuff, man. So yeah. We doing good and stuff like that. In fact, I hope that you're doing well and stuff. Guys. I know that that transition and stuff back into the transportation and stuff like that. Given that what was going on with you as well and stuff. I hope that everything. I understand a picture worth 1,000 words and stuff, but I just hope that the transition becomes more and more. It becomes. I ain't gonna even say bearable. That's kind of that's a bad way of putting it. I just hope that things get back to the way that it used to be, as before what happened. But getting back to the situation at hand and stuff, about answering the sister question was when is enough enough? When we are looking at, let's see what it said. Yeah, it's hurtful. I had to go back and get some more. Yeah, so, I guess all we can do is what the doctor tell us to do and stuff like that. Stay prayed up and don't do any more stuff than what you have to. And sorry about this, guys. This guy's backing up and doing some very suspect stuff. But I guess that's how it is when we go live. Everybody got to start doing all types of weird things under the sun. And it just takes away from my concentration. So anyway, yeah, bro, just don't overextend yourself. I mean, I know it's a good being back out here and stuff like that, but you know, hey, a person's health is, you know, that's the most important thing and stuff that we can have, especially in this industry and stuff, man. With the way things going, cause this year sucks. Seriously, I mean, this year sucks, man. But okay, so she was saying when is enough enough, and so um, you know, we get to these jobs and stuff like, you know, we get to these jobs and stuff, you know, in trucking, and we got the wrong misconception about trucking. We're really doing stuff because, you know, in a world where everybody wants to keep it 100, right? We certainly don't. And this what I'm going to say and stuff can apply to life as well, you know, as well as business. We're not so forthcoming about what or who we really are. And so if the agenda in trucking, right, or the agenda in business, or whatever it is that you are in, right? So I'm just deal with business. If your agenda is about making money, and you're not calling yourself trying to hustle somebody or con somebody out of something, then the best thing that you can do is just be real about what your operation is about. What are you about, and what do you expect? Honestly, you know, don't sit there and make any kind of promises, and then, you know, people believe what you say when the reality is that they want you to listen to what's not being said, right? When, you know, what you're trying to do is just, hey man, we're both people, we're both grown adults, and we feel that whatever it is and stuff, right, let's just go ahead and put it on out there and let it be what it's going to be, you know. So that way I can make a decision as a grown-up, just as you can make, you know, you can present your platform as a grown-up to let you know, yourself know, or your business know what you about. Then give me the opportunity to make that decision to say, well, you know what, this can work for me, or no, this can't work for me, so I think I better go somewhere else. Because, you know, we find ourselves in situations a lot because the people that we deal with are not forthcoming about the information. And because of that, because us not being forthcoming about the information, you know, we feel that, okay, we know that it's going to be bad, right? We know it's going to be bad, and we know people aren't going to go with it. So let me just go ahead and lie, right? And just get what I can while I can for as long as I can. And then when they figure it out, they'll just leave and go somewhere else. And then you go to another business that's based upon the same thing. We're not forthcoming about who we are because, again, we have different value systems or the way that we are raised and stuff like that. That's why there can never be any unity, because there's different school of thoughts, ideologies, those sort of things there. And so, what may be cool based upon the way you were raised or the way you did things may not be cool for the way other people do things. So it has to be some kind of, everybody wants to do things generally, right, upon this one concept, but behind the scenes, we're doing other things and stuff. So in the world of business, and I'll relate that to, let's just say, a relationship, right? You know, you're getting out here and you're dating. Now, if you're dating, right, then you may be monogamous. And stuff. You're trying to get in, you know, you're getting into a relationship and it's not open. It's between you and this person right here that you decide to date. And so, you know, you're dating on the pretext that things are going to be monogamous, right? And then you find out later on and stuff that you've been cheated on, right? You've been cheated on. And so now you got to get answers as to why you were cheated on, right? Why did you cheat on me and stuff like that? How come you couldn't tell me about what you was doing from the start? Why you couldn't do these things from the start? And so, that's when the truth comes out. Well, I didn't want to lose you. I didn't want to lose you. And so, that's typically that's what I get anyway and stuff. I didn't want to lose you and stuff like that. And but that's just them being selfish and stuff. They got to do them. You didn't get to do you. And so, there were consequences that came behind it. And so now you got to deal with the consequences. You got to. Because you were into something that somebody wasn't forthcoming about being who they are. So it's the same thing in the world of business, is that in the world of business, there is sacrifice that has to be made. Oh, let me finish this off too and stuff. Is that, all right, in a relationship, if the person was forthcoming and saying that, well, hey, listen, you may be monogamous, but the person that you're dealing with, right, may believe in having multiple partners. If they let you know that from the beginning, that would then give you the decision to say, well, you know what? Yeah, I'll pursue this relationship, and if I pursue it, then I understand the fact that I'm in an open relationship. So there's going to be multiple people and stuff, in the person who I'm involved with, right? So that way, nothing can be said later on. Well, it's the same thing in the world of business, is that we're not so forthcoming because we feel as though we're going to lose good people, even though the business practices that we have go against the person that we're trying to bring in and hire. They're looking for the fact that, well, hey, man, I want to be home on the weekend and stuff. Yeah, we can get you home on the weekend. And then you start, you get out here, you start driving, and the weekend comes up and stuff, and then they got to lie and say, well, you know what? Hey, man, we couldn't get you home. I can't get you home and stuff like that. And then next weekend come up and it's the same thing. Hey, look, dude, ain't no Lowe's and stuff around there. So I'll do what I can while I can, when the reality is that the business was never set up on trying to get drivers home on the weekend. So then you figure it out, and now you got to quit and go somewhere else and then say, listen, I want to be home on the weekend. And the next carrier, knowing the fact that they can't get you home on the weekend, they're just going to tell you, okay, well, I got this truck out here, I got these Lowe's knee covering, and I got a driver that's standing in front of me with an impeccable driving record, right? Yeah, I need to get this guy and stuff. And so, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll get you home on the weekend and stuff, Then you get in history, you get in that truck and stuff and start driving, and now you're running into the same problem and stuff. It's like, daggone, you just like the same people I left. So you begin to start picking up patterns. And so when you pick up the patterns, you realize that, well, hey, most of these, well, if all these trucking companies are the same, their business platform is about picking up and delivering freight, but then there are some things that behind the scenes that I can't really figure out right now, right? But if they were to just be forthcoming about their information, then I can make that decision and say, well, hey, listen, this isn't going to work out, right? There's no point in me trying to go any further and working for you, because I really need to be home on the weekend, and you're a carrier that can't get guys and stuff home on the weekend. So, let me go and see if I can find someone, right? If I can find a carrier that can meet to that need. Just like you got guys out here that don't have problems working on the weekends. It's the same thing like being in a relationship, is that you have people out here that are in open relationships and stuff, and then, the person that they meet, because they're forthcoming, they saying, well, hey, I'm cool with that. It's no problem. So then, that cuts down on a lot of the arguments and stuff that you're going to be having later on. See, same thing in relationships, same thing in the world of business. You got, there's something for everybody that's out here. But in trucking, everybody has the same platform. We're family oriented. We care about your home time and, your time off work and the areas that you run and stuff just to get over there. And it's not like that at all, because that's not what their business is based upon. So just come straight up the middle from the beginning, and they'll cut down on a lot of drivers and stuff, saying, well, you know what, hey, I'm gonna go over here and work for this person, and then I'm gonna quit because you've been lied to so many times and stuff. So that's what they can do on their part, to make things better. But what we have to also understand too is that people aren't going to be so forthcoming with the information, so you have to go in with the anticipation that you're going to be lied to, right? I already know I'm going to be lied to and stuff in a place of business. So um, let me remove the emotional aspect out of it and see what I can do to maximize. What can I do to maximize my money in this situation that I'm in, right? That's the least thing I can do and stuff in a place of business. Let's see how much money I can make. How can I maximize? How can I maximize my capital working for these guys? So, um, if you can already anticipate the fact that the things that you're going to say, right, aren't going to be, it isn't going to happen based upon what you ask, right? If you know there's going to be some lies based upon um, certain things that you ask, you protect yourself. Okay, I already know I ain't gonna get home this weekend. I already know I'm not gonna get home this weekend and stuff, and so there's no point in me trying to look for that. I'm not gonna be getting home on birthdays and anniversaries and stuff like that. So um, you get that in your head too and stuff, and then the people that you deal with, you also have to get that. You have to get that in them too and stuff, and don't sit there and don't lie to them and say, well, yeah, I'm gonna be home on the weekend and stuff based upon what they told me, when you already know that it's a good chance it's not gonna happen. So that way they aren't looking for you and stuff on the weekends and stuff like that, and you don't have nothing to explain. Okay, well, this is the business that I'm in. This business requires a great deal of sacrifice. It's a lot of things and stuff in this world of business that is gonna go on that we don't like. But that's the way things and stuff are in this world of business. It ain't always sunshine and roses and stuff like that. It ain't nothing like what we see on the brochures and TVs and even on social media. This is the real nitty gritty. We live this. This is what it's gonna be and stuff. And so we base what we need to do upon what we already know or what we can anticipate to happen. And if things go south based upon that, then yeah, we have to make some necessary moves and whatnot. But leaving one job to go to another job that's basically telling you the same thing. This job told you, yeah, we're gonna get you home, and then, or we're gonna get you this amount of money or this amount of miles and stuff like that, and then the next company is gonna do the same thing. And then if it's a comparison, they're gonna always say, well, yeah, we are the better company. Who's the best company out there? Well, it's whoever you talking to. Yeah, we're the better carrier because we do things unlike other carriers. And that's what makes us better. This what makes us unique. When reality is that, the basic general principle of business is picking up and delivering freight from one point to the next. That's the general principle and stuff. So you're going to be picking up and delivering freight, whether you're with this carrier or that carrier, whether you're in this division or that division, whether you're regional or local or whatever and stuff. That's the basic general premise about picking up and delivering freight from one point to the next. So, just because you have a certain type of truck or whatever, you got a truck with a sleep on it, or you might have one with a day cab on it. It doesn't mean that you're gonna start at a certain time and you're gonna end at a certain time, because there are many variables that are out here and stuff that can either slow your process, or it can speed the process up. But it's never some kind of set schedule or whatever, like working in a factory and saying, okay, I'm going in at 9, I'm getting off at 5. It's none of that. We understand this in the industry that we're in. You can take the same route every single day and stuff, and it's going to be different times. It might take you 5 hours to do. It might take you 5 hours one day to do a route, but then it might take you 10 hours the next day to do the same route because of so much stuff that's going on. So just because you're in some day cab and stuff doesn't mean that you're exempt from the fact that you're going to be stuck on the road. The only difference is that when your time runs out, you have to go get a motel or something, as opposed to a person that got a sleeper truck and stuff. You pulling in there and going to sleep. It's many different variables and stuff that are out here, but because of us knowing this, we have to get a business mindset and not an emotional one, and say, well, because things aren't going our way, I'm going to quit. Think about it from a business perspective. Okay, why isn't I'm not getting home on the weekend? So people, oh well, because my dispatcher is doing this to me on purpose. Then that dispatcher isn't going to have a job very long, because the last thing you want to do is use a job to try to hurt somebody, especially not this one right here. That the decisions that you make could possibly lose thousands of dollars. It's money on the line, every single thing that you do out here and stuff. The reason why he's not getting you home is because the loads that are taking you to the house, right? That's a business perspective. The loads that are getting you to the house aren't paying as much as the loads and stuff that are taking you to other areas. So if I'm in a place of business and I'm running a business, then my premise is to make or maximize as much money as I can. So I'm going to go after the money. Now, yeah, I understand I got this drive over here and stuff that needs to get home. So let me see if I can do something to entice him to go after this load versus going after this load right here and stuff. So look, I'll pay you a little bit extra, right? I know I promised to get you home and stuff like that. Hey, I can throw another $200-300 and stuff, on your paycheck. Well, wouldn't that help out? And so when you're looking at it from a business perspective, you're saying, well, okay, those $200-300 and stuff will help out based upon what I'm already making and stuff, because my premise is to make money so I can go and provide for my family or do things and stuff that I need to get done. So I might not be able to get them done right here, right now. Is me going home and stuff that important? And when I get to the house, am I going to be doing things constructively that's going to be consistent on moving me forward or setting me back? Because some people just want to go home just for the sake of going home. But what are you doing constructively? And then coming out here and saying, man, daggone, that goal that I got set for myself and stuff, it seems like a little bit hard to reach and stuff because I don't have the money necessary. When you had the opportunity to make the money right there, it just required you to sacrifice you going home. You would have went out there, you're doing a job that you're already doing, and then you're making $200-300 extra to do it. And how is it an inconvenience and stuff if it's moving you towards your goal? A lot of us are saying, we're trying to own homes and property. We're sending, we want the very best for our children, those who have it, and those type of things there. We want a better quality of life, a better way of life. And so, those things require sacrifice. And so, that sacrifice, there is no emotion involved in it. Either you want to go after it or you don't. If you don't want to go after it, then that's fine. But, you shouldn't be coming up with an excuse and stuff later to say, I'm not getting the things that I want to get because, this company isn't doing what they need to do and stuff on their part there. No, it's just, it could be you keeping yourself away from the things that you're trying to ascertain because, you don't want to sacrifice. You don't want to do the things that consist of business. You want to think emotionally. You want to talk about things that are 9 factors. These 9 factors aren't going to put money in your pocket if the goal is to make money. So, you remove the emotional aspect and you look at things from a business proposition. You can see, well, a lot of things that are going on and I'm not able to do or partake in is because it's going to cost more money to do this as opposed to what's laid in front of us. And so it's not to say it be taken for no fool or nothing like that. It's just, hey, we have to put our checks and balances and stuff in play and say, well, look, we need to devise a system to say, well, a real system. And when you have that real conversation and stuff, understanding the balance and stuff and understand, okay, well, money is involved, right? And we know this. But then there's things I have to do too and stuff like that. I can't just be in this truck all the time, If we got that real understanding there that, well, hey, look, when things aren't going the way that they're supposed to go and stuff, I'm not going to jump on the phone and start jumping down your neck because, this business is full of uncertainties. We might have something right now and it might seem like a sure shot thing, but, because things aren't working out the way they're working out, I got to hold you accountable for that and stuff when you might not have nothing to do with it. You know, that was just a situation that we was hoping that would go the right way, but it didn't go the right way. So now we got to think of alternatives to get back what we may be losing. You know, those scenarios there and stuff. You know, there's a lot of you know, there's just a lot of that going on in the process of business. And so if we were able to get on a business perspective, right, a business aspect, then you see those who understand those fundamental things there, they typically move from being a company driver to being an own operator. When you start thinking about the dollars on everything that you do, you like, man, you know what? Hey, I can do this too, but I think I can do it a little bit better than them. And so you think, okay, well, let me go and get the tools necessary to get this thing started. And so, you know, it's like, well, this is why people get into a lease program. Let me see if I have what it takes and stuff to run the business for myself. You know, I understand, you know, I understand the fuel costs, the operating costs and stuff like that. But the thing is, they're sitting inside the office and I'm actually out here on the road. So, you know, I got the real hands-on deal. You know, I know how this truck runs and stuff. I got a fleet manager that's looking at a computer that that's how he gets his information off of a truck, but I'm actually in the truck driving it. So I know what I can do and stuff to increase my fuel mileage. I know the, you know, the ins and outs and stuff of the truck, what's going on with it, what needs to be addressed, what needs to be left alone and stuff like that. So you say, well, shoot, hey, I'm going into business for myself. You know, all I need now is the tools, I just need the tools necessary. So, you know, for some people, they just need the equipment. Some people, they need the capital. And you know, a lot of times we need both, the tools and the capital. But, you know, in the midst of doing that, this is where we get caught up. You know, we get in these lease programs and stuff like that. And so on paper, everything is on the up and up. There are some things missing, however. You know, we don't know about, a lot of us don't understand what lane rates are, and how loads and stuff are even, you know, how you even get a load and stuff to start with. Who do you talk to? You know, what phone calls and stuff you need to make it to what person, what load tenders are and stuff like that. So there are going to be things that's missing. So you're hoping that you're getting that in the midst of making that next step, right, and becoming an own operator. So I get in the lease program and they're saying, well, we're going to give you all that. We're going to give you the tools. So, but the reality is that it's a lot of things that's missing. We don't ask the questions because they're doing things that we're supposed to be doing for ourselves. And so the real questions don't get answered. And then some people, again, have to figure it out because the companies aren't going to be forthcoming with that information. So when you figure it out and say, well, okay, now I know. Now I know these things and stuff, so let me go for myself for real. I ain't going to say for real. I'm just going for myself by myself. And so now I go get my own authority. Because you know how to ascertain contracts and those things right there and stuff. But, you know, again, emotion has to be removed. That way you can dedicate yourself, right? When your mind begins to think, it's always going to be based upon the business side of things and not the emotional side of stuff. Oh, well, I'm caring about how this person feels about me or what they're saying about me and all that stuff there, when it makes no difference one way or the other. You know, it's about the business. So same thing as a company driver and stuff, you know. Hey, I'm a company driver, but they're not getting me to, I'm always over here in this area. I appreciate that. I'm always over here in this certain area running these certain loads and stuff like that. You know, why they always give me these short loads or whatever. And so, you know, if you give yourself the opportunity to hearken to the business aspect of things, then you know you're getting the short loads because, number one, you're available in that area and your job is to pick up and deliver freight. But what you can't understand is well, all right, I'm over here and what I'm doing really isn't making the money that I need to be making, but you're still over here doing the job. And so when you look at it from a business perspective, right, then you can go in there, even you being a company driver, because you having a grasp about what's going on. Okay, I'm running these short miles and stuff like that. I'm running these short miles and I'm running these particular loads and stuff all the time. So the money that I'm making, and stuff, man, it should increase a little bit more. I'm doing these short haul loads and stuff because these loads are actually paying more than what they're actually paying, pretty good. Good enough, in fact, for you to give me an increase. Because I don't have a problem in doing these short haul loads and stuff. The problem is that the money just ain't matching up. And I need the money just like you doing and stuff. And so, hey, they don't want to talk about that money, then hey, it's time for me to move. It's time for you to move me out of this area. That's the thing. Yeah, I think I've done enough for you and stuff like that. It's time for you to move me out of this area and stuff and get somebody else over here to do it, because you don't want to pay the money and stuff like that, but you still want me to do the load or whatever, because for whatever reason you feel comfortable with me doing it. I got to understand it about it, but the money just got to match up to the work. You see, so as opposed to making that argument and saying, well, listen, man, I'm not getting the miles and stuff because I'm doing these short loads and stuff like that. What the dispatcher gonna counter with? Okay, well, listen, we're gonna do better, right? We're gonna find you something that's gonna have a little bit more miles on this stuff. We just need you to take care of these few loads here, and I promise you that we'll get you out of the area and we'll get you the miles and stuff that's needed. What did you just do? Talk yourself out of money. You just talk yourself right out of money. Because you're thinking about things emotionally and stuff, and like I said, rightfully so. In this aspect here, because you want to get the miles to make the money, but you're in the area and you're doing these loads and stuff, and you're continuously doing it because there's money on it, and you can make that same money that you're looking to make on these long haul miles, on these short haul miles and stuff that you're doing right over here. You can still make the same thing, probably a little bit more. If they just cut you in on the deal, but you got to have an understanding to a point to where you understand the business just like they do. All right, let's see. I've seen a bunch of them up here. Let's go ahead and go into it. Let's see. I'm gonna start with preacher. If you are to a point at your job where you are no longer happy and enjoy what you are doing, it's time to move on, or just know it may be at the same place. Yep. Brother J. Ross. Let's see. I'm leasing my truck onto a carrier later this month. It's self-dispatch. I've done self-dispatch before, but I have never booked loads with brokers before. What should I know or learn going into it? Okay. Hold up, you got another one up here. Do I book loads 2 and 3 days in advance on the load board, or do I wait until the day before the book loads? Thank you. Okay, all right. So J. Ross, I'm gonna get into yours now. All right, self-dispatching. All right, self-dispatching and stuff, or what they call spot market, right? We call that the spot market. If you're getting into self-dispatching, then one of the things you got to understand, right, is that it's not about being a here, there, and everywhere type of truck. And what I'm saying like that, if you're in North Carolina, you don't need to be booking a load to California just to make money. Here, there, and everywhere. You're going over here to California, then the next time you're going up there to Oregon, and then from Oregon to Chicago, and Chicago down to Florida, and then from Florida over here to Texas, and Texas to Maine. That's here, there, and everywhere. No. What you do is, if you are self-dispatching, then you have to build what's called a triangle. You have to build what's called a triangle and stuff. And so what you do is you put your home inside the middle of that triangle. You put your home in the middle of that triangle and stuff. And so that way, whatever lane that you run, right, your home is in the middle of the triangle stuff. So when you need to go home, you're never too far away, no matter which way you go. Because the house is in the middle, just like in a situation like I'm in, or just many other situations and stuff, because your home time changes when you become a self-dispatcher. It's not about, you'll find out that the weekends don't really stop anything. It's just like Saturdays and Sundays are just like your Mondays and Tuesdays. You got plenty of people out here that's ready to do business and stuff like that. It's just some things you might have to change as far as like, you just know Saturdays and stuff after 12 o'clock, then everything's shut down till Monday. As far as the boards and stuff are concerned, as far as like talking to dispatchers or brokers, as far as trying to get a load. But as far as everything else is business and stuff, it's just like running a Monday through Friday. So build yourself a triangle and make sure that make sure your home and stuff is in the triangle. And you just run a certain area, and that's where you're going to make your money. For instance, I run the East Coast, right? But what I do is, my area is from North Carolina. That's as far south as I go, and the far north I go is Maine. And so my sweet spot is New Jersey and Massachusetts. I get loads from New Jersey, take them up to Massachusetts. I might get a load of stuff out of Massachusetts if it's one available, and I get back down there to Jersey, or I just get down a little bit south and stuff, and then I go back up. And that's how I make my money. And understanding the lane rate and stuff that's in there. So when they start quoting you what the price of a load is, if they start quoting you what the price of a load is and stuff, then you got to get an understanding of what the lane rate and stuff is. What's the lowest amount that you should be running that lane for, and then as far as like the highest and stuff like that, the sky's the limit. If they're going to pay it, then you take it, but you don't take it any lower than what is being paid on that lane on an average, and see, is that something that you want to do. Running the Northeast and stuff is going to pay a little bit higher because people don't like to run it. The tolls and stuff over here, the fuel, a lot of these things are taken into account, and so your lane rates and stuff are typically going to be higher running up from the Northeast. But when you're in the Northeast and you're going anywhere else, then the rates are typically going to be lower, depending on where you go. Like, well, for instance, if I'm in Massachusetts and I'm trying to go back to North Carolina, then I understand that the lane rate is going to be a lot lower. It's going to be a lot lower than what took it up for, because I'm in the hardest area and stuff that you can run. But everybody else likes to go to these areas, the North Carolina, South Carolinas, and all the areas and stuff in between there. So a lot of that stuff isn't taken into accountability. That's why you got to get your money off the top. You're running the Northeast, make sure you got enough and stuff to get toll money for going up and coming down. If you had to make the decision of saying, well, I got to take the deadhead and stuff back down, or I'm going to take a load and stuff like that, I still got money from this other load and stuff that averages everything out. It averages everything out and stuff at the end of the day. So self-dispatching is a process, and it's something that you're going to learn very quickly, because when you make mistakes and stuff, you're going to feel it, and you're going to make mistakes and stuff. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You may pull the trigger and stuff a little bit too early on a load that you probably could have made $200-300 more off of. Don't feel bad. You just know next time and stuff, you're going to get them. And once you get it and stuff, then you'll get that understanding. You'll get that understanding stuff about the lane rates and stuff like that. But don't be a here, there, and everywhere type of truck. Don't do that. Because you can make just as much money as somebody being here, there, and everywhere. You can make just as much money running this same lane and stuff like that. But you're gonna have to feel things out and stuff for yourself. But as far as like the average, It takes you having to call, you may have to call a few people and stuff and see what the prices and stuff are. And then, that's when you start doing your negotiating. And that's where you'll get a feel and stuff from there. And as far as like booking loads 2 and 3 days out, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that and stuff, because if something goes wrong, right? If something goes wrong and stuff, then your whole plan is gonna fall like dominoes. This plan failed, and now you got to call 2 and 3 other people and tell them you can't pick the load up because of this load right here falling through. So I would start out first at least a day ahead. I would start out at least a day ahead and stuff, and just make sure, that you're constantly looking on the board and stuff, right, to see what's out there. But don't always jump at the first thing and stuff like that because it looked good. Feel it out, see what it's about and stuff like that. If it sounds too good to be true, then it usually is. Like I said, mistakes are going to be made, but you learn from those mistakes and stuff, and experience is the best teacher. So when you go through that process there and stuff, you get it down packed to a point to where okay, the next time you see it, you need to step away from it. The next time this come up, you need to negotiate a little bit higher, or those type of issues and stuff there. So once you get it down packed, then that's when you can start saying, okay, yeah, I can book loads 2 days in advance, 3 days in advance, that sort of thing there. But don't overwhelm yourself. Don't overdo it. Just take it as it comes and stuff, and takes it as it comes and stuff, and yeah, just take it as it comes and stuff. And then when you start to get an understanding about it, then you'll break into the advanced. So you'll break into the advanced type of things, and then after that you'll be an expert in the area. Let's see. Sent me a bunch of stuff. Let's get into yours. Let's see. I've been a company driver for 28 years, a lease driver for a year. I bought a truck 30 days ago from Ryder, and I ran into 2 companies that could not bring me on board of RPO. I'm in Texas. I was able to get on with a carrier that's out of Florida that got me a cab card with base plate. Let's see, others say that their insurance won't do it because I don't have the title transfer, record number, RPO. I lose in time and money. I left the carrier because they didn't tell me they ran a Northeast Plus. They was not telling me what the load pay. On the phone, I got a load from North Carolina to Massachusetts. You want it, what it pays you. Hold up, let's see. What it pays you want it or not. I got to book it. I don't know anyone that runs a load. Not knowing what it pays. Okay. All right. Let's see, Mr. Army guy. So your situation is, let me make sure I'm looking at this correctly. Okay. You just got a truck from Ryder, and okay, they couldn't bring you on because you got the Ryder truck, which I can't understand that there and stuff, because with Ryder, because if you got a Ryder truck, then what that means is that you got a quality truck. You got a quality truck, which means that it's going to pass inspection every single time. It's going to pass the inspection every single time and stuff, right? If you got a problem, you can just take it over there to them. If you have any kind of breakdown, they got 2 hours to get the equipment and stuff fixed, or they got to bring you another truck. So you're never going to be in a position to where the load and stuff is going to be. You bought the truck. Okay. never mind then. Let me, all right, okay. I'm talking about the wrong thing. Let's see. I'm here. Why? Let's see. Brought. Let's see. You bought it. All right. Okay. So, well, I don't see why that would be if you bought the truck right out and stuff and the carrier doesn't want to bring you on, then I don't understand that. That's because if you own the truck, if you own the truck and stuff, or if you're leasing the truck, let's see, the title has to go through dealer. Okay. If you own the truck, right, regardless of how you got the title, if the title is yours, okay, if the title is yours, then they just need that to get the base plate. That's it. If you got the truck, if you got it you got it transferred. I'm still not understanding. That's kind of how the process goes. If you buy the truck, right, then whatever state you live in, that's where you're going to get it registered in, right? And that's where you get it registered in and stuff. And once you get the title registered, whoever you decide to go to and stuff to lease on, they're either going to tell you either you got to get your own base plate or they're going to supply it. And so if they're saying that, well, yeah, we supply base plates. Oh, okay, yeah, all right. The code, yeah, all right, okay, all right, got you. Okay, yeah, I totally forgot. I totally forgot about that. Okay, all right, it all makes sense now. Okay, it all makes sense now. Unfortunately, let's see, in tag office, got it. Okay. Unfortunately, with the COVID thing that's going on, you got to set up an appointment, right? You got to set up an appointment and stuff to get those things taken care of. So that's the first thing there. It's not to say that it can't be done, but that's the first thing you have to do. If you buy the truck and you bought it straight out, then you got to get the title and stuff registered. That's the first thing. You ain't got it registered, they ain't gonna do anything and stuff for you, because you won't even be able to get tags for your truck. So you got to get wherever you from, you got to set up an appointment and stuff to get that taken care of. They kind of, the DMVs and stuff are kind of opening up a little bit, but the thing is, in your situation, a lot of people aren't, truck titles and car titles are completely different. Truck titles and car titles and stuff are completely different. And so when you set up your appointment and stuff, they're liable to give you an appointment just right off the rip, because, a lot of people aren't going into the office personally to do things and stuff with trucks and stuff like, 20, if you go down there and you're like paying your $22.90, you're usually in and out of there and stuff, especially like if you go to the IRS. You're usually in and out of the office because, people aren't typically going down there to the office to take care of it. So that's the first thing. You got to get it transferred. You got to set up your appointment. So once you get that straight, then, and you get your title registered, then getting on with the carrier, it's not going to be anything about, well, your truck and none of that stuff there. It's just your title, because if they're going to get the base plate for you, then your title has to be registered somewhere. Because what they're going to do, they're going to, they need your title, they need your VIN number off the title and stuff to pay the $22.90, which is your heavy highway use tax. They need that. And then that's what gets your plate. Yeah, they use a title company, DMV told them. And see, they used a title company, DMV told them they only taking 2 a day. Yeah, but Army guy, I don't. That's the only other way I know to get your, let's see, do certain companies want a let's see, Wise Owl. No, they let's see, what it say? Do certain companies want a new truck not older than 10 years? Okay, hey, listen, Army guy, I tell you what. All right, this is what we do right here and stuff. I want you to go on my personal page, go on my YouTube page, get my phone number, and once I get off live, once I get off live, right, I want you to call me. Well, first I want you to text me that you got my number. Once you got it, and stuff, and I know you got it, I'm gonna text you back. I'm gonna let you know when I'm free and everything, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this whole thing chopped up. Okay, yeah, that's yeah, we're gonna need something a little bit more than this live and stuff to explain it. You know, cause I know you get, you know, to type it is very strenuous and stuff, I can see. So yeah, once I get off live here, like I said, go on my page now, get my personal information, my telephone number, text me, let you know you got it, and I'll text you back, and then, you know, once I get free, we'll go ahead and answer that. Let's see. So getting back to Wise Owl, let's see. Do certain companies want a new truck not older than 10 years? It depends. Some people talk about the 10-year deal and stuff, and that's because the truck really doesn't matter at the end of the day. It really doesn't count. You can get you a brand new truck and stuff, and it's always breaking down and stuff and whatnot. They say it, but it don't really mean nothing. It don't really mean nothing and stuff. Like Landstar, for instance, Landstar say that, but you know they got people over there at Landstar running FLD 120s. You know, and they discontinued the FLD 120 back in 2001. And you got guys over there still, you know, it's a guy that lives in the area that I live in, still running his truck over there. He got a FLD 120, and they discontinued them back in 01 and stuff. So it's more like if your truck is older and stuff, they tend to ask a little bit more questions, like, you know, if you got papers, you know, if you keep up with your maintenance and stuff like that, and they see, okay, well, you got overhaul papers, you know, you got in-frame papers and stuff like that, and you give that to them, they just saying they want you to lease on and stuff, but they don't want to be, you know, you always call them and tell them, hey man, my truck broke down for whatever reason. So, you know, older trucks will tend to have more problems and stuff to go on as time progresses. But, you know, the thing is, with Landstar, you gotta do a 90-day inspection regardless of whatever your equipment is. So, you know, you're always on top. You know, you're gonna have to be on top of your maintenance and stuff, regardless of how old your truck is. You know, over here where I'm at, you got to do it every 4 months and stuff. Some companies will tell you get it every 6 months and stuff, and you know, so that's what it is. It's not, you know, if you got an old truck and stuff, then, you know, they more or less looking at the fact, how maintained is the truck kept. You know, because it's not like, okay, I'm gonna go buy a truck. You go buy an older truck for $4,000 and stuff, right? And you ain't did nothing with it and think, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go over here and lease on with this carrier and stuff, right? And that's that. Cause, you know, their reputation on the line too and stuff, cause, you know, older trucks is what the DOT tend to go after and stuff like that, you know, especially if they're trying to meet the quota of, you know, violations and stuff like that. And so, you know, it's just going to be some things that they can see, but you're not going to be able to see unless they bring it to your attention. And then you got the violation, which counts against you and the carrier. And then, you know, it seems like every single place you go to, they got bad safe stat scores and stuff like that. Like, oh man, our safe stat scores are unsatisfactory. We gotta step it up, you know. But I mean, you know, the reality is that if you was able to go on the website to see the safe stat scores of the companies, you'll see a lot of them, you know, satisfactory and stuff like that. It's just something that they tell drivers so that drivers don't really slack off on doing proper maintenance and stuff on their trucks, because, you know, some guys and stuff, man, they put all their money everywhere else and stuff in their equipment, you know. You know, I seen a guy, his tires were so bald and stuff, I saw the air inside of them. So, you know, um, that's just the thing there. You just got some people that's like that. They put all their, they'll sink all their money into a car and a house, and they got the flies clothes and stuff like that, and they come to their truck and their daggone truck is leaking and popping and pooting and all types of stuff, man. They ain't got no air conditioning in the truck, man. They sitting over here. We over here in probably one of the hottest summers and stuff, man, in human history, and you ain't got no air conditioning. Going up the road trying to make some money and stuff, you know, so you can pay for that $500,000 house and stuff that you got, you know. Yeah, that's the thing there and stuff. They really don't care about how old your truck is. hey, 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 but I mean, I'm telling you, that's how it be. I'm like, shoot, dude. Hey, I felt so bad. I felt so bad for this guy, man. I gave him my time. You know, like, dude. Hey, I know, and I know how it is. When you ain't got the money, you ain't got the money, man. When you sitting over there and you think that other people are important, like, you know, my second wife, man, like, I used to think of the world of her so much and stuff, and why I'm saying this stuff because I'm speaking through experience. I'm like, shoot, here it is in the summertime. I'm you know, it's the summertime or whatever. I'm over here running, going down there to Texas and stuff, down there to Eagle Pass and Laredo and San Antonio, and I ain't got no air conditioning. And I got a Volvo 780 and stuff, man. You know, that easy bake oven. You know, temperatures and stuff, man, over here in the 90s and everything. And, you know, the money that I could be spending on getting my AC fixed, you know, I want to give my wife the best life and stuff like that. And y'all gonna eat good and all that stuff there and everything. Her and her kids and her boyfriend. and her boyfriend and his children. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm just keeping it real with you and stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, you know, just keeping it real with you and stuff like that. I mean, some people ain't got their priorities straight, you know, so they'll put their money everywhere else and stuff instead of their truck, and then the truck break down, they ain't got no money. They got to call the company and get things fixed or whatever and stuff, and then, you know, and then it gets so bad and stuff, man, that's when they find themselves back in the lease program and stuff, right? I speak about myself, like I said. How you think I got Sky Rooster? Because when I finally figured out what I needed to do, it was too late. So, you know, I had to take something to stay back. I had to take something to stay in the game and stuff. And so, you know, I didn't, like I said, I don't want a Freightliner Century class. You know, I didn't want no Freightliner Century class and stuff. I'm getting out of a Volvo 780 into a Century class and stuff, man. I'm like, shoot, the next truck I wanted was like I wanted a Kenworth. I wanted Kenworth and stuff, but instead I had to pay for a truck that I didn't want, $58,000 for a 2007 Freightliner Century class in 2014. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I made it work and stuff, and so, you know, but that's not the truck I wanted. But, you know, when I understood the game, I understood I understood how money and stuff is made and so on and so forth. You know, when I went down to the Lone Mountain and stuff, you know, it wasn't them telling me, okay, it wasn't no more people telling me what I was able to get. It was me saying, okay, this is what I want. Here's the money. I want this truck right here, you know. And I kind of wanted the Cascadia. I kind of wanted it. You know, I wanted that T660, but that was a 6 and 2. So I told him, no, I don't want the truck, and I still stick to my same story. If I'd known that they were going to get some more W900s, because when I went there, they was out. They said they're out of stock. the salesman, well, I ain't gonna say the salesman didn't tell me. I didn't ask him. I didn't ask him until, and he just so happened to say something 10 minutes to closing after I done signed the contract, and after I done signed the contract to this truck key and stuff like that, I gotta get ready to take that long ride back to North Carolina. Then, that's when he say, man, shoot, I don't know why they getting these W900s. Can't nobody afford them and stuff like that. And at the time, you got people over there at Quality. You got people over there at Quality and stuff, right? Paying for them trucks there and everything. And then you talking about a W900, right? Studio sleeper, W900 with everything in it. All the bells and whistles. For $2,600 a month. I said, shoot, I can do that. I can do that. I was paying $2,000. I was paying $2,000 for I was paying $2,000 a month for 07 Century class. And now I get the truck that I want for $600 more? Are you crazy, man? Shoot, yeah, heck yeah. But what can you do? I already signed the contract to this truck here and stuff. I'm like, man, shoot, hey, I would have gave him the down payment. I wouldn't have cared what color they got. I wouldn't have cared what color it was, man. I'd be riding down the road with a pink W900 and stuff, man. That's what it would have been. It been a studio sleeper. It would have had but you get the point what I'm saying. If I would have simply asked the question, I would have got the truck that I wanted, and I know I can pay for it. I know I can pay for it and stuff, man. So I mean, but I restricted myself and stuff because I didn't want to ask the right questions, and it is what it is, So it's a bummer, man. I mean, 5 years, yeah, it's 5 years, but the truck brand new, bumper to bumper warranty and stuff like that. So by the time that emission thing get to popping and pooting and stuff like that, the truck would have been paid for, just like this one. This truck here be paid off in October. So what? I mean, it's a downstroke and stuff from here. One of the things I didn't do this time, I didn't struggle. I didn't struggle with the truck payment and stuff. I don't even feel it. I don't even feel it. It's just, sometimes I look at my account like, wait a minute, hold up. A little bit of money missing. Like, oh yeah, they took truck payment out this week. But I pay them once a month. That's it. So I could. Let's see, how many years you got left in driving out there? Mr. Ross, I can die. I can die in the next 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I can die in the next 5 minutes, man. Like I tell everyone, is that if I do pass away, right? If I do pass away, then understand I want to be in a position to where I was in something that I love to do. So don't feel, if you ever get the news and stuff like that, don't feel bad, guys. I don't want nobody feeling bad or sad or none of that stuff. They're like, man, where did they find Roost at? They found him in the truck. Yeah, he passed away in his sleep or whatever. As long as I was in my truck when I did it, I think that's the best way for me to go out. I want to be, if they ever find me dead anywhere, I want to be in this truck. I don't want to be in some motel room or at some woman house or whatever and everything and stuff. I guess that's why I work so much. But, behind the wheel of a car and stuff like, no, I want to be right here in this truck. They find me dead. That's why I want to be at right here, doing what I love to do. So, I want to do this forever. To be honest with you, I want to do this forever. And wherever I go and stuff, I hope they got, if they got trucking there and stuff, then you're gonna see me up there doing the same thing. If they got social media, I'll still be up there teaching people, hey, listen, all right, this how you be your own operator up in heaven and stuff like that. The loads go over here and they paying this amount of this. You get best fuel here and there, whatever, but hey man, that's the truth though, man. I want to do this forever if I can. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do what I can while I can for as long as I can. So yeah, so what I got to do now? Let's see. Well, I'm heading over here to Bordenstown and stuff, man. I'm gonna check in at this Motel 6 because I don't want to be in the truck for 2 days. So I ain't gonna have nothing going on and stuff like that. You know, I've just talked to my man Army guy. Get you squared away. Did you get the information off my page? I'm gonna get my man squared away, and it's the same thing as always and stuff. If y'all need to get a hold of me, go on my YouTube. Go on my YouTube page. Go on my YouTube channel, and once you go on my YouTube channel and stuff, then my information is up there on the page. My telephone number and stuff like it's up there. So you get that, and yeah, so you get that up there and stuff, and then you text me and let me know you got it. You know, in fact, do that now. Just go up there on the now you don't have to put your number up there. Don't put your number. When you text me, I'll have your number. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I know you got it. If you go on my page, you'll see all my information up there. Text me and let me know you got it, and I'll know who you are right then and stuff like that, and then I can tell you, you know, when I'm gonna be free, guys. I gotta go to the Petro. And get this mud flap put on. I gotta get that put on and stuff, guys. I bagged over it and stuff like that over here at this customer, so they gonna fix that. And I forgot to bring my drill with me and stuff like that. That's why I got carried over there to them. So I'm being there, and then I'm gonna check in at this Motel 6, and that's where I'm gonna be at till Sunday, well, Monday morning early. So yeah, that's it. I hope that the information I put up here was helpful. Shout out to my sister, LaShawn, not Loshawn, LaShawn. Shout out to my sister. I hope that she got that information. You know, if you ain't getting it now and stuff, then he'll be up here and stuff for you. Again, you know, rest in peace to my brother, Tyler Craig, great comedian and stuff like that. You know, I guess the moral of the story and stuff, man, is not take life for granted. So, with that being said, I'll go ahead and end on that note there and stuff. So, it's your man right here, the one, the only, the beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster, telling you as always, continue your research, fact-finding studies, harness on your skills every day. Till next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, and peace out.